Um, but yeah, that shit taught me a lot about life at a very, very, very young age, and I learned self-awareness, and I learned that the world can be a very, very cruel place at a very, very young age.
Tell me about it.
So I had a lot of trust issues. I had a lot of pent-up anger that I couldn't release. So I started getting into fights at school.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I was winning them. Like
my brother. Say that again. You was kicking.
I was so angry.
Yeah.
If someone pissed me off, I was like, alright, cool, let's go right now. And if they got scared, they'd run away. If not, I'm knocking them out. Because I did boxing from 4 to 11. I did karate from about 5 to 12.
Jeez.
So
yeah,
I know how to fight. Yeah. I know how to throw a punch. If you look at my knuckles, you see how pointy they are.
Yeah, I see.
Like, if you're getting banged with, especially with these rings on, fam, you're getting fucked up. And you can kind of see the scars on my hands from fighting, like, just little marks here and there, just from stupid fights.
So basically,
quickly,
yeah, go on.
To quickly go back to your music, obviously, this is even, like, proper, this conversation is really, really good. You get me? But this is what we even like doing on the Red Shed, to just go to flow in different directions, right?
Of course.
You get me?
Yeah.
So obviously, we'll get back to some of the things we're touching on, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, going back to your music quick, yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Like, you see, like, because a lot of people make music for different reasons, innit? Yeah? And obviously with you, so far, with what you've told us in terms of, like, obviously your story, some of the things.
Sorry, boy, do you want me to take my shoes off?
No.
You sure? You good?
You're good, my bro.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good, yeah?
Cool.
It's good. Yeah, man. So, yeah, like, what would you, it's a two-part question to a certain degree,
yeah?
What would you like to get out of your music? And two, would you say, like, music is, like, would you say that you see your music as, like, in terms of, like, it's your way out, in terms of, like, getting out of some of some of the things?
You've hit the nail.
Yeah, would you say? Yeah.
You've hit the nail on the head there, bro.
Yeah.
You've hit the nail on the head. First off, I make music as a release, because, as I said, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but the depression and anxiety is always there. It's never gonna stop. I've realized that it's an illness that you can control, you can maintain, but it's never gonna go away. So that's why I feel like I put so much effort into my songwriting, just so that people out there who are experiencing similar things to me, because don't get me wrong, I'm grateful. I have a great life compared to millions of people. That's the number one thing as well. I'm grateful because I have a shelter over my head. I have food on plates. I can go anywhere I want. I'm not in a war zone, like with Palestine, what's going on in Ukraine and shit. It could be a lot worse. So I'm grateful for life, and I'm grateful for what I have. But at the same time, your brain it tells you, you've got the worst life in the world. You like, oh my God, all these problems are happening just to you. But that's not true. There's so many other people out there who relate to what I think, who would relate to what I'm saying. And that, sorry, bro, can you say the two-part question again? Just
sure. The first part is,
yeah.
What are you really looking to get out of your music?
Okay, yeah.
And two,
yeah.
And the second part of the question is literally like, would you say overall, it's like you look at your music as like, this is your way to get out in terms of like to improve, certain aspects of your life and to basically create a better life for yourself through music. You get me?
Yeah. You're saying this is a release for you.
Yeah. So the first part, is I make music personally as a release, just to get my feelings out there, but also do it in a healthy way. Because there's a lot of people who get their feelings out, but not in a healthy way at all. They're doing heroin, they're doing crack, that's escapism. They're trying to get away from their problems using bad and unhealthy ways. So after I got stabbed and I realized this fucking drug dealing shit is just not worth it, I was like, I gotta find a healthy avenue that I enjoy, that I know that I know I can thrive in, and I know I have potential in it. I know I'm talented in it. Like, so I've tried making beats. I've tried to be a producer. I've tried being an engineer where you're mixing and mastering, and it just wasn't for me. It didn't click with me. But songwriting, it's always been there, and I credit a lot of that to my dad, because my dad is wicked on a guitar, wicked on a guitar. He can play any song you want, Name a song, he can play it.
Yeah.
He's wicked on a guitar, so I take a lot of inspiration from him. He would put videos on his Facebook. Just he's in his 40s now, but he just posts random videos on his Facebook of him just singing a song, playing the guitar, and I think I attribute a lot of my talent and a lot of my interest to my dad, and I always grew up trying to impress my dad and make him proud. So I think that's where it came from, because I grew up with my nan's and my granddad's music, so like 60s, 80s, 60s, 70s music. Then I grew up with my uncle's music, which is my dad's older brother. So he was more into classic hip hop, like Biggie, Tupac, fucking
NWA.
yeah, all that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking what's the...
So the second part of the question is, are you trying to make...
No, so I was trying to think of a band, the Sugar Hill Gang, all that lot, yeah. But go on, yes sir, bro.
No, all good, bro. It's just that the second part to the question is like, because once again, like, a lot of people, especially like nowadays, where we can see money in it. Like I said a couple of times, like I've said, you know, like the UK is, you know, the UK music industry is seeing more money than it's ever seen before, right? So I would assume, or I know some people for a fact, that a lot of people, especially people who don't really love music like that, but I would assume a lot of people nowadays are making music to make money off it, and hopefully the music can change their lives as well. You get me? So it's like, so for you, like,
I mean,
is that part of
but
the reason why you're making music as well?
There's an aspect to it.
Of course there
is. Like, I know if I eventually get to the point where I'm doing big shows, I'm gonna be making money. As simple as
1,000,000%.
So it's about how I spend that money. I've always said to myself, if I got a big paycheck from some record label or whatever, or like a $1 million deal or something, what I'm doing straight away, make sure I have a house, and I make sure my mum and dad are good. Make sure whatever they need, mortgage, whatever, just make sure that they're alright. And that's my main goal with money wise. But if it turns out I become a multi-millionaire, then that happens.
Yeah.
But that's not why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it for money. But there is also an aspect in my brain where I'm like, this can lead to a better life. Because as I said, I've been in Croydon my whole life. I'm 21 years old. I've lived in Croydon my whole life. And like, it's a shithole, bro. It's a shithole. It gets worse every single day. I got stabbed 2 minutes away from my yard. 2 minutes away from my yard. And that's even a lot. I can speak about that forever. Because a week after I got into the hospital, these proper roadmen, like 26-year-old, ballied up, pipes, hammers, come try and raid my yard because they thought that I had drugs. So I'm defending my house. They're trying to break in. I'm swinging. I'm getting hit in the head with a hammer. My ear was falling off because I got hit with a pipe, and because my brother and sister and my mum was home, so I wasn't gonna let them get hurt. No way. I'm putting myself in front of that. So I managed to get them out the door, and if you lot came to my yard, you'll see that my window still has a wooden panel on it, because after I locked the door and got them out, they obviously were like, fuck, we can't do anything. They just smashed up my window with a hammer. Smashed it up.
Have you ever tried to like move in house or like move in areas?
I've tried.
Yeah.
But it's a weird one. It's a weird one because I've got to think about my mum.
Yeah.
I've got to think about rent and right now my mum's got a decent little thing going with rent and stuff.
I understand, yeah.
And it's not a bad area, like where I'm living. I live in Croydon.
Yeah.
I'm around like South Nord, Woodside ways.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not like Upper Nord where it gets a bit hectic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's still a bit dodgy. It's still not really, I don't feel safe, let's put it that way. When I walk around, I don't feel safe. I've always got my hand in my pocket with a lighter between my fingers, ready to spark someone. And especially after the stabbing, the PTSD, bro, I can't explain it to you.
Imagine,
I'm looking over my shoulder, 24s. I'm like, one guy looks at me the wrong way, I'm like, and I'm watching him walk past, with his hand in his pocket. I'm like, he's going back out on Nank. And it fucks me. And that's why I can't smoke weed no more. Because last time I smoked weed, maybe four months ago, I was just with my mates. And I had two or three pulls. I was blazed, gone. Yeah. Zero tolerance.
Quick question, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Sorry to even cut you, bro. Quick
No,
question,
bro,
yeah? Obviously, you've mentioned about being stabbed, yeah?
Yeah.
A couple of times in this conversation,
Yeah.
Quick question. Obviously, there's a lot of knife crime going on, obviously, you know, like in London, all up and down the UK.
Crazy.
And obviously, this is my first time, obviously, speak, because from our communities, and sometimes you see from what sometimes the news report a lot of black youngsters are stabbing each other and all of these things from our different communities. But we never really get to hear about, obviously, you know, like, you know, the English boys, you know, even Asian, basically people from different parts
it's very targeted.
So what are your
to African Americans and Africans and black people? I 100%.
So my question,
that's all they focus on.
Yes.
So,
It's cool, bro. So my main question to you is like, what are your thoughts on, like, you know, as an English young man, like, what are your thoughts on knife crime in the UK in general? As someone who has been stabbed yourself.
Sorry,
as well.
bro, I'll turn my ringer off. My bad. It's just crazy, man. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard the story, but in Croydon about a couple months ago, 13-year-old girl on the bus
who
got stabbed in the neck
Yeah.
because she didn't take a number.
Yeah.
She didn't want to give this man a number.
Yeah.
And this 15-year-old, 16-year-old stabbed her in the neck and killed her because she didn't want to give her a number. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Every time I tell people, or if I'm linking up with girls or whatever, and I'm trying to get them down to my yard, you know what I'm going.
Come on.
We got to warn them about.
That's what I'm saying. So I meet them directly at the station because I know for a fact if you're standing there and you're a pretty girl, and trust me, I'm not trying to boast, but I don't go below sixes. Let's put it that way.
Come on, my brother. Ray, come on, talk your thing, man. Come on, Ray, your thing, man. You get me?
But yeah. Like these pretty girls coming to Croydon from up like west and shit. They have no idea.
Yeah.
So I got to come to the station with them and kind of just
of course
make sure they're protected because more time before they even get to my house. Like East Croydon is a 10-minute tram to my yard. They're gonna get asked by about 5 different men, what's your number? Oh, what you saying, boo? Oh, what's your name, Mrs.? Like all that. And like it can get sticky. It can get sticky really fast. Because certain men just have that ego. They're like, I can pull any girl I want. I can get any girl I want. And as soon as they get rejected, they're like, I know, what the fuck? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And they get defensive about it. So I've got to warn these girls coming to my ends, like this might happen. And that's how I know knife crime right now is fucked. Like if there was another video on I'm Just Bait. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the video, but it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and a group of ops were running after this one man. It was caught on CCTV, and this was near George Street. I don't know if you know where George Street is, near East Croydon, like one stop away from East Croydon.
Yeah.
So it was a caught on CCTV.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning, 5 men running down after 1 man, trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Just because he's an op, because he's from a different block or whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I'm like, it confuses me. I'm like, why? What is so important to you that you need to take someone's life to prove a point? Oh, I'm bad, I carry a ZK, I'm bad, I carry a Rambo. Yeah, and what? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh yeah, I'll nank you, fam. And then you die. What you saying? Yeah, I'll do the 20 stretch. I'll do the 20 stretch. Like, what's the fucking point, bro? They're brainwashed. They're being brainwashed.
Yeah, usually it's to send a message out to the
The other gangs and stuff. Yeah.
To say that, you know, this is what we do.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
A
step this way.
Yeah, a lot of people usually blame either the government or the parents. Like, for you personally, who do you think is to blame for the knife crime in the UK? Who's to fucking blame?
I think it's the olders.
Talk about it.
Olders, like
Tell them.
26-year-old men, 27-year-old men trying to groom 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds into going to Cunch, spending weeks away from their families, selling drugs. That's all they're doing. They get bagged. They lose $1,000 worth of heroin or something. They got to pay that back now to the bigger guys, and it turns into a cycle. It's like, and then they turn 26, and now they're doing it to other people. It's a cycle, and the government is to blame in a certain way because I don't think they're doing enough. Because it's so easily accessible with these knives. I can go on Amazon right now and buy a fucking samurai sword, bruv.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're carrying machetes.
They carry machetes, ZKs, everything.
Rambo knives.
I got stabbed with a ZK, fam. When it punctured my lung, it was 3 inches away from my heart. I felt the handle go into my chest.
The handle?
The handle. So the whole blade went into my body. The doctor said it was 3 inches away from my heart. It went through one side of my lung, outside the other side of the lung, punctured my lung completely, collapsed it, and like, why, bro? It was basically a drug deal gone wrong. I was being too confident, thinking, oh yeah, it's a new guy or whatever. I'll meet this new guy or whatever. I'll give him an ounce. That's nothing. And I taxed him on it. I thought I was a big man. I was like, oh, I've got it for 300, but I'll probably make him pay 450 for it. Yeah. So I get 150 profit. And I'm sitting there meeting this guy, and I'm like, this guy looks fucking harmless. Younger you. He was 16 when he stabbed me. I was 18.
Fucking
younger you. But then all of a sudden, when we got to the location where we were gonna do the deal. Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm getting grabbed by my neck saying, give me your bag, bro. And I'm like, you're youngers, bro, what are you doing? So I had no idea they had knives at this point. So I'm swinging. I knocked this, funny story, one of them turned out to be a girl.
Oh my God.
A 16-year-old girl, and she was trying to rob me. And I punched this girl in the face. I only found this out later. I promise I'm not a woman beater.
You wouldn't have known.
Exactly. They had ballies on anyway. They had ballies on. Yeah. But I banged this girl in the face. She dropped. I went to stamp on her chest as hard as I fucking could. So I lifted my arms up like that. Yeah. And her friend, that's when my arms were up.
Yeah.
Got me right there. And I instantly felt all the air come out my lungs. I was like, it felt like I got punched, like you get winded.
Yeah.
It felt like that. I didn't feel pain. I didn't feel like I got stabbed. It was just like, oh, and I was like, he punched me hard. That's what I felt like. I just got punched really hard in the ribs. But then I saw him holding the ZK. I was like, it took me like 2 seconds. I was like, I just got stabbed. And I just felt all the air come out my lungs. I've just been stabbed in the lung. Like, this is deep. And luckily, big up my bro K-Tox. If you're watching this, bro, I know you are. Jacob, I love you, bro. You're my blood brother. He was there with me because he thought I was on a lot of drugs at the time, so I was like, fuck it, I'll do whatever deal I want. I'll do whatever deal. I didn't really care.
Yeah.
But he was thinking, this is a bit dodgy. I'll come with you just in case. If he hadn't have come with me, I'd be dead. Cause he backed it. I've known him. I've known that guy since knee high, since I was 4. Like reception things. And if he hadn't have come and backed the beef, I'd be dead. But also, when I realised I got stabbed, I'm shouting, yo, Jacob, run. They got blades, bro. They got blades. Run, run, run. He's fighting these youths. He's not hearing me. So it was like in a car park. I run to the end of the car park. I turn round. I see this guy getting nanked up in the legs. My friend getting nanked up.
So your friend also got stabbed?
Yeah, with me.
Fucking hell, bro.
So we were sitting next to each other at my house, like dying together, pretty much.
Fucking hell.
But if I got a laugh or a cry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what they say. Sometimes with certain things, it's true.
Yeah.
That's what I do as well. With certain situations, I just laugh. Otherwise,
you just gotta find the funny side in it. But
yeah,
I saw him getting nanked up in the legs, and I was like, I can't leave this guy to die, bro. So I switched direction so fast. I stack it dirty on the pavement on like it's gravel. Yeah. So I stacked it so dirty. I got up. I booted this kid off him. Grabbed Jacob. Looked him in the face like, bro, run. Go to my yard now. Because it happened. It was like 2 minutes from my yard. Yeah. So I was like, bro, get to my yard now. And he started going off. I managed to flag down a Tesco delivery driver, and he thought I was robbing him at first because I was wearing a North Face, I was wearing the trackie and shit, and he was like, "No, I'm not letting you in. What are you talking about?" And I lifted up my fucking thing. Oh, if you want to see the scar, I don't know if you can see it. Don't know if you can get on camera or whatever.
Let me see if I can try to get on camera.
Just right there. See that? Under my armpit.
Nah, proper see it, yes.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, bro.
Yeah, bro. So I lifted up my North Face like that.
Yeah.
Just to show him, and that's the first time I saw it. I was like, I've been stabbed. Like, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is bad. I've got pictures I can show you later on if you want, like off interview or whatever. But when I came out of hospital, it took 18 staples to get the cut like together. I had surgery and everything, but yeah, if my boy K talks, I love you, bro. I love you, my guy. I know you're watching this because you're my guy. If he wasn't there, I'd be dead. Because if we didn't have that bond of protecting each other, we both would have died. So I flagged down this Tesco delivery driver. He thinks I'm robbing him or something. I pull up my North Face. He's like, "Oh fuck, get in."
Yeah, you had to rush.
Yeah. But a car ride is 1 minute from my house. So he's driving literally down my road, calling the ambulance, kind of freaking out because he just saw someone get stabbed. He's freaking out himself, and I'm sitting there like, I'm telling him my address, like, oh yeah, this and that, CR0, whatever, telling my host code. I climb out my car. I'm still in the van, and this Tesco delivery driver goes into my yard because it was on latch. So he just goes straight in, and he's screaming, "Oh, someone's been stabbed! And obviously, my mum being my mum, she wants to help, so she comes out with towels and shit, and then she sees me. It's me and Jacob that's been stabbed, and that's when I saw her face go white, and she went into mum mode, and she was all I remember from it, realistically. Obviously, I remember a lot because of the PTSD, but I was sitting there outside my house because I was thinking to myself, don't panic, because the more you panic, the more your heartbeat goes faster, the more blood rushes around, the more blood you lose. Yeah. So I'm still thinking rationally in my head because I've been through situations like this where I've got to think rationally or it's going to go wrong. So I'm thinking this, and I'm thinking just stay calm. And I'm staring at this white van parked outside my house, and all of a sudden, my mum's slapping my face. She's like, "Wake up, Charlie! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!" And you can kind of see where I got my name from now.
Oh, okay.
Wake up,
Yeah, wake
Charlie!
up, Charlie. Okay.
Wake up, Charlie! And obviously, I used to do a lot of drugs, so all my friends would be like, "Oh, wake up, Charlie! Wake up, Charlie!"
Okay.
But, so it kind of comes into it.
Now I totally understand where the name came from.
Yeah. But I woke up to my mum slapping me as hard as she can because she thought I was going unconscious.
Yeah.
I was losing blood. I felt my lung filling up with blood. I was coughing up blood and shit. And
how long ago was this?
I was 18, so this was
a good few years ago.
3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. But she went into mum mode. She's kind of like me when situations get like that. She goes cold. She just goes, "I gotta do what I gotta do. That's it."
Yeah.
And there's no emotion to it. But all I remember is I kept saying, "I love you, mum. I love you, mum. I love you, mum. I love you, mum." Because I thought I was gonna die. I thought like right there and then, all I want my mum to know is I love her. If that's the last words I want her to hear.
Yeah.
I don't want to be crying and screaming and saying like, "Oh, I'm dying, mum. I'm dying, mum." I want her to know I love you. And I said, "Tell Dad I love him too. Tell everyone. Tell my family I love him." And my mum's like, "Shut up, Charlie. You'll be fine. You'll be fine." Because it's obviously making her emotional.
Of course, yeah.
And
Do you think if really the government wanted to literally get rid of all of this knife crime in the country, they could get rid of it?
100%.
Easily, man.
100%.
Why do you think the government isn't doing it?
It's a good question, bro. That is really a good question because you can go down so many different avenues. Because on one hand, you eliminate ZKs, people are gonna find them anyway. People are still gonna find them. Like
somehow,
yeah. So the government are thinking, all right, if we ban them, it's kind of another business to other people selling knives and shit. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like instead of just going on Amazon and buying it, you got to go to next man to get a samurai. So it kind of builds a second illegal business. So I understand that perspective, but also kids are dying every single day.
Yeah.
From fucking zombie knives.
Yeah.
Like, just ban them, bro. Just like try and that's why I support the stop and search. If someone's looking sus with a bally on at 3 o'clock in the morning, he probably is up to no good. Let's be honest. White or black, doesn't matter. He's probably up to no good. Why is he out at 3 a.m. with ballies on, full Nike tech, black Air Forces on, hands in his pockets, looking around,
looking suspicious?
He's probably doing something. So I support the stop and search because that can save a lot of lives and get rid of a lot of knives and also this is another good point. I think personally, a lot of youngers these days, they're carrying knives because they're scared. They're not. They're not
nobody. They're just scared to be stabbed.
They're not murderers. They're just scared that if they get into an altercation and another man has a knife and they don't, they're dead. So they in turn get another ZK.
A bunch of scared youngers out here with knives just running around being scared.
There you go. And it kind of plays back into the oldest thing where they're getting groomed.
And that's why when you really deep it, I feel like probably, I don't know the percentages, but I feel like that's why even there's a lot of like people who are dying by accident. You know, deep what I'm saying, who are getting killed by accident because, like what you just said, a lot of youngsters are just literally carrying knives. They're not really killers. You know, they're just scared, moving around with knives. And what's really happening is like as in return, in terms of like being scared, as fear, whatever, or defending themselves, they're ending up maybe that's why some of them are ending up killing, you know, the other person because just out of fear. Yeah. And also I feel like this is you're another, obviously there's a lot more in it. There's a lot more English people, like keep on saying it's not just a black thing.
Yeah, of course.
But because obviously sometimes people just like to say like the government don't care about obviously where we come from. They don't care about black people. Yeah. But overall, obviously, I just think a lot of us we know anyway. It's a bigger problem because like you said, you're another reminder of like Nah,
It
I'm
doesn't matter.
English,
It doesn't matter your skin color,
Yeah.
bro. It could happen to anybody.
Literally,
This nice crime's been going on for years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I haven't
Since
seen
the
no-
80s, bro. Remember when Mark Duggan died and
This
shit,
is
and the
it.
riots came
Yeah.
on. This shit's been going on for years, fam.
Yeah.
And the government are doing fuck all.
I think another reason why is because I'm gonna be brutally honest. I just feel like
Do it, bro.
they don't. It's two ways. Like they don't give a fuck and they cannot relate. Meaning
100%.
you can be.
They've never experienced.
They've never experienced.
Like a family member
Yeah,
dying,
and the
or
only-
a friend dying. Yeah.
So it's like they can't really relate because it's like their kids. Even to even go as deep as saying like a lot of people in the hood, a lot of people in these areas that we grew up in as well. Like when you deep it, a lot of people, not in a bad way, but a lot of people don't really give a fuck like that until it happens to somebody they love.
There you go.
You don't get what I'm trying to say?
There you go.
So from time that even happens, it gives you that indication of like. So imagine these guys on the other side where it's like they're posh, they've got a complete upbringing.
Yeah.
It's like
Living up in Mayfair.
they don't really get, they don't, you get me, yeah. So it's like they don't really, they can't relate, and they don't give a fuck
they're
enough
not around
to.
it. They're
A
not
lot of these
around
politicians, they don't give a, they don't, they've never really grown up around there. They can't relate.
There's no news articles saying,
Yeah.
oh, 2 men died in Mayfair getting
Yeah.
stabbed. It's not happening, is
No,
it?
and the only to even say one last thing quickly before you proper continue
No, go on,
again.
bro, go on.
I also feel like this is another reason why, like I keep saying, fuck politics and fuck politicians because
Bro,
once again,
10 times.
every
10 times.
whenever it's time to vote, this is when a lot of these motherfucking politicians want to use us now for their votes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all
This is
they
the only
want.
time they
That's
come
all
up in
they
our
want.
communities
It's
to try
power
to
hungry.
get votes. But once again, like all of us know, once they get the votes, the real colours come out.
They go back on all the words.
Exactly.
They lies.
So it's like
It's power hungry. They just want to be in charge of something, and you saw like I don't know. I'm really not into politics. I can give a fuck, honestly.
Same, man.
Because I personally think it's already chosen.
Of course.
Like
who's gonna be the next prime minister?
Yeah,
who's gonna
like-
be the next
Bro,
London
the
mayor?
the public ain't deciding.
The next thing is the mayor, because that's the most recent thing for the next mayor. So,
Yeah.
but they all cut from the same cloth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think people like that's like the other day my brother he went to vote and I was like, who do you vote for? He's like, oh, none of your business, as in like a little joke thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought to myself like, bro, your one vote is gonna do fuck all. Like say Labour has 30,000 votes, Conservatives have 40,000 votes.
And you
My brother votes for Labour. That's one vote. Like, what? That's not doing fuck all. It's not doing anything.
fuck off, man.
It's an illusion. The government are creating an illusion that you have a choice.
Yeah.
But it's not a choice.
And like your vote matters.
Yeah,
your vote
but
don't
no, it
fucking
doesn't.
matter.
No,
bro.
it doesn't, bro. If we all stop voting, what the fuck are they gonna do?
They'll still vote for themselves.
They'll vote for themselves. They'll pick it themselves. Exactly. So they're just doing that anyway.
Yeah.
And giving the illusion that the public have.
I think the majority do it anyway, because if you look at with the presidency, some of the
Even in America, that's how they do it.
some of the presidents were actually fixing votes to get them
100%, because they came from different like high value families, like the Kennedys and stuff.
So I think they do the same thing too. You know?
100%, 100%.
I mean, I've never voted because I don't. Really
I
see
don't
the
vote
point.
either. I see 0 point in it.
Like-
0 point in it.
Over the years, it's just been